Riku has gone through a lot across all the Kingdom Hearts games, but today we're going to learn his biggest struggles. At the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, Riku was lost. He was trapped in the realm of darkness, and deep down, he thought that he belonged there. After having destroyed his entire home, and after doing horrible things for Maleficent, he was at his lowest point. But something happened to Riku in the dark. He found himself somewhere new, a strange basement underground. Someone was speaking to him, and he wasn't sure who. As he explored Castle Oblivion, he was confronted with his worst fears. Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, was lurking just below the surface. He was taunting him, luring him closer and closer to the surface. As Sora was forced to lose his memories as he climbed the castle stairs, Riku was in a battle with himself. He was forced to remember, to confront his own past, to deal with the consequences of his actions. As he returned to the place he had called home, Hollow Bastion, there he met with a memory of Maleficent. She was just as manipulative as ever, but now that Riku knew the truth, her words didn't work on him. He was alone now, trapped in an empty past, exploring simulated world after simulated world, desperately trying to find a way out of this endless maze. He was taunted by his worst fears, a man pretending to be Ansem, a sentient replica of himself, men in black trench coats rambling about darkness. With each room he had learned more about himself, the lives he hurt, the mistakes he made, and the power he wields. Riku had trapped the darkness inside of him. It had grown strong. Riku had a power that no one had seen in decades. Not since Xehanort and Baldur had anyone gained the power to control darkness like this. But unlike the man that ruined his life, Riku refused to use it. Unfortunately, his copy didn't. The replica had no fear. It was a lot like him, but it was confident. It was unable to see how it hurt others. It was single-minded, destined for one goal, just like he was in Kingdom Hearts 1. The replica was a mirror. He acted just like Riku did at his worst, desperate and weak, relying on darkness and rage to get by, acting out of jealousy. Riku needed more. As he killed Heartless after Heartless, he found a man named Lexaeus. Lexaeus was the strongest man in this strange group. He pushed Riku to tap into the power that he was holding back, and in just a few minutes, Lexaeus was gone. Riku had destroyed him. As he explored his past, he began to understand this deep power inside of him. He realized that the darkness was a part of him, that he could channel it. He could keep it below the surface, that darkness might not be as evil as people think. He was confronted by a man named Zexion. Zexion taunted him, saying what Riku had been thinking this whole time. He destroyed his home. He hated being an islander, and he ruined everything. His parents, his friends, their entire home was gone. This was kind of a lie. By helping Sora, he brought his home back. He embraced the power within himself, and he sent Zexion away. Not much later, he learned of Zexion's fate. Riku's replica had gone mad with his jealousy. He killed Zexion. He was repeating Riku's mistakes, and Riku was trying to save him. Tragically, Replica died. Riku knew from that day forward that he could never let someone live in the darkness alone again. He had the power to channel it, to keep the balance in his heart, but others didn't. Someone needed to save the lost souls in the dark. As Riku finally found Sora, it was too late. Sora was asleep, put into a coma so his mind could be fixed. Riku was given a choice: lock away the power inside him and forget everything he had learned, or accept what he had done, what was done to him, and grow from it. He had to confront what remained of Xehanort inside of him. And besides, now he could mock Sora for taking a nap while he was fighting. Riku beat his darker half and went on a long journey of redemption. Normally, I would end the video here, but Riku had more struggles to deal with. Riku was alone. He had accepted who he was. He had understood the power he kept locked away. He processed his mistakes, he removed the demon from his body, and he learned what happens when he doesn't help others. Now he had one goal, one purpose: wake Sora up. He hunted down the men responsible for putting Sora in a coma. He tried to find the missing pieces of Sora's heart and bring him back. For a year, he was alone, wearing a black cloak and hunting the organization. His eyes were covered by a cloth, He lived in pure darkness for over a year. He studied the struggles of the organization members. He learned the suffering they went through. He tried to save a girl named Shion, but when he learned the truth about her, it broke his heart. Riku never fought them with malice. He felt no contempt for them. He just wanted to save Sora, but the price for Sora's life was high. Riku removed his blindfold, and he unleashed all the power he was holding back. His body contorted and twisted, and became his worst nightmare. He was now just like Ansem. He had changed his body into what was left of Terra's. He grabbed Roxas and brought him back to Naminé. With her and Diz's help, he could save Sora. But when Sora woke up, after that long year of sleeping, Riku wasn't there. He lived in the shadows, unable to accept what he had become. He couldn't live with Sora seeing what had happened to him. Riku thought he was a monster, a beast. He couldn't have Sora see him now. He couldn't let anyone know. After Sora woke up, Riku followed him in secret, like a guardian angel. He helped him when he was needed, lurking in the shadows until the perfect moment, never explaining why he was helping him, or who he even was. He saved Kairi, he fought the organization, and he did what he could during Kingdom Hearts 2. Eventually, the truth was revealed. Sora fell on his hands and knees and cried. Riku was alive. They were all back together again, and Sora didn't care what Riku looked like. He just wanted him around. As Diz died, Riku protected Sora and Kairi from the blast. And in that moment, Riku was back. The light from his own self-sacrifice, Sora's acceptance of him, and the truth behind his eyes set him free. He was himself again. He and Sora reunited after all this time, working in tandem to fight a whole city of nobodies and heartless. They killed Xemnas, and just like last time, they were banished to the realm of darkness. Only this time, Riku wasn't alone. Riku's story is always about sacrifice and identity. In Chain of Memories, he accepted what he did in the past and the power that he has now. But most importantly, he accepted the responsibility of the power that he has. In Kingdom Hearts 2, he hid in the dark because of his fear of Sora's rejection. He didn't want to look like a failure, and he didn't want Sora to feel guilty. Riku is the Disney Prince of Angst, and during this time in the series, diehard fans were noticing a theme between the games. Riku really cared about Sora, and he really didn't want to deal with the complicated feelings below the surface. His heart is a mess, a battle between his jealousy of Sora and something else lurking beneath the surface. Anyway, I'm Aloney the Bard, and that's what I got for you this week. Thanks for listening. Bye. And that was a long one. Next time, we're going to learn about the sacrifices Riku needed to make. And we're going to learn about the moment where he went from a rival searching for redemption into what some would say is a true gay Disney prince. But yet again, I am legally required to say his story is about sacrifice. There is no gay subtext. He and Sora are just brothers. And he didn't want his bro to see that he turned into a 10-foot tall bad guy. And Sora definitely cried on his knees because he stubbed his toe and because he just missed his good old friend. But my fellow Riku fans out there, I know you're wondering why I didn't mention the beach, and trust me, it's coming. We still got to talk about Dream Drop. It's a lot. Ultimately, his story is about sacrifice. Anyway, if you liked this, you should check out these two other videos. In this one, I talk about Shion and her very, very sad story. And in this one, I talk about Baldur, a character that not many people know, but a character who has a very similar story to Riku that happened almost 80 years earlier. Check them out. They're pretty fun. I'm having a blast with these videos. I'll be back next week. Bye.